Hey guys, so this game right here is called Banished, as you can see at the top. I just wanted to make a little quick video about it and show you guys my little town since I've been having some fun playing it. I haven't actually been streaming because I just jump on, jump off, but I put the game at 2 times speed right now, even though I normally play it at 10 times speed, so you can kind of get an idea of what the game's about. But this is a economy-based game, and it involves a lot of resource management and managing materials within the game, managing the number of adults, students, and children that you have, as well as determining what the job is of every single person in the game. So right now you can see that I have 213 adults, 36 students, and 33 children. The children just don't do anything. They're worthless until they become 10 years old. At 10 years old, they go to school. They can become educated, assuming you have a school and teachers and things like that. And then once they turn 17, they can become actually useful to you in the game, and they become adults. So in the meantime, you can look at it like I have roughly 70 people right here that are useless to me out of 211. So 1/3 of my incoming workforce is useless right now, but it will be useful eventually. So I'm just going to break it down to you really quickly. What this is first, this is a forester's lodge combined with a gatherer's hut, storage barn, an herbalist, a hunting cabin, and then 3 little houses right here. Inside of the houses lives herbalists, hunters, a worthless child, a gatherer, a hunter, a forester, a gatherer, and another worthless child. So you can see that the professions of these buildings right here, the gatherers, the foresters, and the hunting cabin, and the herbalist, they actually live there. So the game's actually really cool in how you set up everything on the map and where it goes. Like I've got storage barns right here because I've got a bunch of houses that are right here, right next to a school. I don't know if it matters if I have a pasture right next to the school. So far I've had outbreaks of tuberculosis, measles, I think like the flu, the influenza. Pretty much you name it, I've been hit with it, but right now I have 3 different hospitals. I have a hospital there, I have a hospital there, and I have a hospital there. I essentially look at this like I'm middle map. So this is my little main town, so I've got stockpiles of materials. This is my trade port where I can request things from merchants, like there's a little merchant's boat there right now. And you can see the value of items and what materials I have and what I've decided to stockpile in my trade post. Come over here, I've got a market. I've got beans, beef, berries. I mean, you get the idea. It's all my materials in the game that all my little guys are harvesting and bringing back. Here's a tavern. What does he do? He's producing ale to get people drunk. I have a perfect happiness rating, and I have a perfect health rating. The way that I've done that is by micromanaging and balancing everything, making sure that the amount that I'm using is almost equivalent or less than the amount that I'm producing per year. So right now food is always a little bit inaccurate because I have a lot of pastures and things like that I'm going to get to in a second, but you can get the general idea of how I've got the game set up. I've built little roads, I've built all these things, and with the tools in the game they let you determine everything. You start out with nothing but a little cart full of materials and eight adults. And so I've grown it into a fully working civilization. If they don't have anywhere to put materials, they'll literally just throw the materials on the ground next to the building where they work. Here's a graveyard with 128 dead homies in the game. So rest in peace, motherfuckers. You died for a righteous cause. And then basically we get over here to my farmlands, and so I got peaches, I got pears, we got beans, wheat, corn, potatoes, apples, and then pecans. So the apples are what's making me alcohol, and all the other stuff is food related. And you'll notice all over the game I have basically these little hubs that are 3 houses, a hunting cabin, a gatherer's hut, forester's lodge, and a barn. That's like what I've determined to be extremely efficient in the game. The forester, what it's doing is it's obviously planting and cutting down trees, so there's little holes in the trees and bits like that, but I've set up 18 out of 24 potential foresters because I seem to be able to stockpile 1,000 wood, 1,000 stone, and 1,000 iron at a time, as well as storing up to 300 steel tools. I've got them making steel tools. That's why I have both mines. I've run one as iron, one as coal. This thing's almost done, so I'll probably stick in a new iron mine, you know, probably on the other side of this mountain or wherever else will let me, I don't really know. I already mined out one of my quarries. As you can see, I've almost got a second quarry done, and I'm probably going to put another one right here. It doesn't seem to matter where I put it. I could make another one of these little hubs right here, but I'm kind of at the point where I want to make a large map game. So this was a hard game on a medium-sized map, and I think I can tackle hard no problem. Basically, I've got 3 different pastures that have cattle in it. I've split them up because I found out that they get like infested and it'll kill all your cattle. And you go into this death spiral where you have a town the size of mine that's like eating food like a motherfucker, and suddenly everything's dead. So I've split them up now, and then I've got 2 things of sheep, and then I've got a pasture of chickens with 66 chickens here, and I've got 53 over here. And then this is my recent solution for dealing with when I get fucked over by whatever the random occurrence is. Because like tornadoes have hit me, shit's lit on fire, plague's broken out, motherfuckers are still living. So, this is my solution to that. I basically have 3 different pens. This is chickens, this is cattle, this is sheep. And when the plague hits and all that, I just dump them out. I just take this down to 0, fucking murder them all, empty the rest, and then we load in some fresh ones from over here. And you know, I mean, obviously there's some downtime. I mean, it sucks, but the obvious solution is just for me to cut out this area and cut out this area and just start putting cattle and shit everywhere. Like, it's all about just building little hubs of stuff. So it's like, you know, even though I have 2 woodcutters right here, it's not like I want a 3rd woodcutter right here. So I put another woodcutter down here, and then I put like another tailor down here and another blacksmith. And like, if I had another better hub, I would probably put a tailor, a blacksmith, and all that crap up here. I mean, I still might do it. This is a little experiment right here where I'm like living in the forest. So my other areas, like, you know, you saw that I've harvested it out. This one's like, I've got this trifecta going right here, and I don't know how efficient it is, but I'm gonna assume it's really efficient. And then right in the middle is a market. So there's like some forest paths in here, and it's surrounded by 3 hunters. I don't think my woodsmen and shit can get eaten really by bears and crap, but either way, they're really venturing out into the forest these days. But that's just what I'm experimenting with. So anywhere you see this extreme tree density, you know that there's a forester around it. So that's basically the game in a nutshell. I wanted to show off my town and civilization and all that, and kind of give you an idea what the game is like in 60 FPS 1080p. So it's basically just a mass micromanagement sim where you get to pick everything that you do. And so you know, I got 11 free laborers, 61 out of 61 farmers. All my herdsmen, you'll notice that my gatherers I have really low. The reason for that is because I don't think I need them as much. Even though they are the most efficient harvester in the game, it seems, I just took them off because I wasn't really entirely sure what I needed to do with them. Same thing with fishermen, same thing with hunters. I've got enough textiles, so I've got plenty of meat, and it's constantly giving me this warning. It's saying, hey, fucko, you have too much crap. So that's why I need a bigger map. I don't really want to like cram everything in right now. I don't want to harvest this. I mean, this is the only area of the map that's unharvested. Basically right here, that area, and then up right here is untouched, this area. And then I guess slightly right above here, but otherwise this is all farmland. And I mean, I could easily make this all farmland. I mean, we can just turn this into apple orchard, apple orchard, apple orchard, and just fucking, I don't know, I've already got 38,000 food. So I've already got like an absurd number of food. So I'd like to be able to do it on a large map now. And this means that it's at the limit, so it's like it stopped working. So right now, I mean, that's basically it. So Banished, it's on sale on Steam right now for $6. So I gotta say, for $6, I've gotten some serious enjoyment out of this game. If you don't like micromanagement games, that totally makes sense. Don't get Banished. But if you like games and you stare at this and you see this right here and you're like, whoa, beans, coal, fish, leather, mutton, roots, and that seems fun to you, and all these different numbers, and you want to know, how did all my guys in the game acquire all that? It's like a little ant simulator where I'm telling everyone what to do. So, you know, we can crank up the gathering. If the food starts tanking, like say we go into like a death spiral where right now it claims we're using it 15k and producing it 14k, but look, it's really erratic. So we look at the display of the last year. So let's just say the last 5 years, what's happened? The last 5 years, I've made 188k food and used 147. The last 5 years is a much better representation because, you know, people get sick and die of the plague and shit like that. So the last 5 years shows this is a pretty good estimate of my production. So I'm using herbs slightly faster than I'm producing them. Who gives a shit? My clothes are perfectly on point. My alcohol's on point. Basically 1-to-1 exactly. I'm making more coal and more textiles that I'm using. So this is the game is all about balancing this. It's a big juggling act, and if you really enjoy the juggling act, it's fun. I noticed that, yeah, I allow nomads in. They're uneducated and they usually bring sickness, and that kind of blows. But I've got 3 hospitals running, so it's not even that bad. What the fuck just happened? 10 people just citizens without jobs. What's happened here? Who just lost their job? Did they just shit out a bunch of... Oh, it probably just popped out a bunch of laborers and they've got nothing to do. Yo, I thought you were working. How do you not have jobs? What just destroyed? Something just destroyed. God, here's a hilarious part of the video. Here, Adam, now that I've conquered the game, I have no idea what just happened. Who doesn't have a job? It says you're miners. Oh, all the miners don't have jobs. Okay, that's what happened. Jesus Christ. My mind shut down. Okay. So let's check out what's going on at the merchant really quick, because this guy just showed up. Oh, this is my seed dude. He's got pear seeds, potato seeds. This guy brings all sorts of crap. Do I have pears? So here's an example of how the shit works. Oh, I've already got pears. Plums, chestnuts, I've already got all that. Let's see what else we could get from him. Squash. We don't have squash, so I'll just trade him a bunch of coats. Coats are like the most expensive thing in the game, and coats ain't nothing to a boss. Actually, let's give him a couple of tools. And so it just gives you like a value. So he says 1 squash seed is apparently worth fucking 90 steel tools and 80 warm coats. That's a steep fucking price for a fucking squash seed. But it's worth it because, you know, we've got tons of materials and shit like that. So these guys don't have any jobs, so we'll pull them off the old salt mine. And it looks like now we have a ton of laborers, so we don't even need. Let's get a second stone cutter. And so you'll notice now I have a ton of everything. And so now it's like, what, do I put them on fishing? My food is already going up at extreme rates. I'm sure nomads are about to show up any second. Oh yeah, see, there we go. It says I'm producing at 36,500, basically 37k food, and my usage is only 25k. So the biggest juggling act in the game is food. And I mean, if I wanted to from here, I'd just crank out some more houses, you know, just pop in a bunch of houses like all around here, just houses, and then just farmland, houses, farmland. And I could max this out a little bit more, but I mean, what's the point? I have 300 steel tools lying around. I have 144 of the best jackets in the game crafted, so I'd like to expand, and maybe I'll make another video on the other map, or maybe we'll explore some of the mods of this game. But hey, for $6, really freaking cool. So that's my little rant video about this game. I don't know what to do with these 24 laborers. Guess we'll make them all fishermen and gatherers and forest guys. So that's basically it. Hopefully you liked the Banished video, and maybe it's appealing to you, maybe it's not, but it reminds me a lot of like SimCity and stuff, so I really highly recommend it. I give it like an 8.5 or 9 out of 10. I don't really have very many complaints at all. So far, it seems really great, and it seems like the mod community has helped this game live on beyond what the creator was able to do with it. So I gotta say, really cool game. So maybe it's up your alley, maybe it's not. But yeah, I like Diablo and SimCity and games like that. It's kind of like a relaxing game. I need to figure out how to turn this thing off from beeping, because it's constantly trying to tell me, hey, you're out of storage. But you know, whatever. Throw the food on the ground. We're rich. So that's what I like to do in these games. I like to like master it, conquer everything, and then, you know, just enjoy it. and just like watch the simulation in motion. So it's like just all my little ant guys running around, and then just it's really cool how you start out from nothing. So maybe I'll make a let's play video that starts out from nothing. But yeah, if you liked it, like, follow, subscribe on my channel. I might do more resource management games. I don't know. We'll just have to see. But really enjoyable playthrough so far. So maybe I can make with a large town something that has like 500 adults in it. It'll be quite the juggling act. I'm sure the food is going to be like a vacuum at that point. Like, if you just watch this food meter right now, you get an idea of it's going up and down very quickly in like hundreds of food, if not thousands at a time, sometimes in the ticks. So it's like hundreds is getting deposited and hundreds is disappearing. I don't know what the rate is in the game. I assume that it's like 36,000 a minute in, and or I don't know, maybe it's 36,000 an hour in and 28,000 an hour outflow. I don't know, but you see it's juggling around quite a bit. It'll shoot up like 700-800 and then it'll plummet down 700-800 again. So yep, that's it. So the seasons, everything's cool, fun game. Banished, guys. All right, see ya.